Hey, what's up? It's a culture detective here, finally leaving his apartment again. I'm finally leaving my apartment again today. And the next time I do that, it's going to be like, I don't know, like 20 days later. That's an exaggeration. Anyways, I'm here to investigate your favorite albums, and I'm making my second review of the day, and it would be an album review of Black Dresses, Forever in Your Heart. I don't know why is my family opening and closing doors every 5 seconds, but I don't care anymore. So, Black Dresses is a Canadian electro-industrial pop duo, and last year they released Peaceful as Hell, which is a really playful, noisy, fun, explosive, and chaotic musical experience, which is really, really cool. But unfortunately, they had broken up shortly after because of fan harassment. But of course, they're back. They're back, of course. And it's really cool. Forever in Your Heart is an album where I guess it's not as versatile or as well written or as consistent as Peaceful as Hell. But what I'm sure of is that this is harder than their last album. This thing goes hard. It's noisy. It's raw. It's industrial. And, you know, my family could even be noisier. Come on, man. Alright, I am back. So, Black Dresses, new album, Forever in Your Heart. Let's talk about it. The album starts off with Peacesign! Exclamation marks. And it has a very catchy melodic hook, but at the same time paired with these chugging guitars, shoegazy verses, noisy, completely crushed and distorted sounds. The lyrics are essentially about making beautiful art for an ugly world, which is an interesting lyrical topic indeed, and also given that they've received fan harassment last year and continuing in this year as well. They really, there's got to be a reason why they got back together, right? And here's the reason. And then we have the second track, Concrete Bubble, with its noisy, burning guitar riffs, metallic percussions, and theatrical chords. Ada, which is one half of the duo, screams on top of her lungs on this track, which is really crazy. And this track is also one of the tracks on this album which I can call rocky, like rock flavored. It's not poppy, it's rocky. It's very rocky. The third track is Bulldozer, which is a slow paced, almost 9 Inch Nails styled industrial track. And we also got these really whispery, quiet vocals. And even though aesthetically it sounds pretty interesting at first, it just doesn't have the dynamic that I would have wanted it to have. Then we have Heaven, which is again, I mean they always combine these catchy, maybe catchy hooks or catchy melodies together with these crushing noisy sounds, and it's really interesting. It's a huge contrast and it sounds really interesting. And in this track we got these refrains like all I feel is pain, and it makes me feel like I'm going to heaven, and it just kind of repeats over and over again, makes me feel like I'm going to heaven. And it's paired with these dreamy poppy passages, and then we have the very tortured, sort of pained vocals, and it's such a heavy contrast, and I really enjoy that. The track Tiny Ball is like an improvised track or something with a metronome beat, and they just decided to, it sounds like they're just freestyling on it, and it's fun, it's tongue-in-cheek, but it's not really all that memorable. But it leads up to Silver Bells, which has these really poppy flavored keyboards and glitchy riffs. And while this track is a little bit stagnant compared to others, it still sounds really fantastic. Then we have the track Ragequitted with its very sluggish vocals, and the beats are kind of robotic and stiff, and the track just drags on and on and on. And then we have Waiting for Tomorrow, which has an acoustic intro, and the passages of this track is this. Okay, every single fucking time. Please, please just let me review in peace. Please, please let me review in peace. Please. They just won't let me go. They just won't let me go. The passages on this track, they're more like a low bit kind of passage with a very sort of low quality. They just won't let me go. It has a really low quality kind of sound, a lo-fi sound actually. And I like that aesthetic, but this track overall I think is a little bit redundant. Then we have the track Gone in an Instant, which is actually pretty nice. I really like the sinister apocalyptic hook of this track, which is then followed by these harsh ass growly screams. And altogether, while structurally it's not that consistent, what really saved this track is the very pained and over the top performances. Then we have the track We'll Figure It Out, which is one of the most fun tracks off of the entire record in my opinion. Lyrically, it is about every generation of people, of humans, sort of promising that they're gonna save the planet. And then they kind of just push the responsibility to the next generation, to the youth. Oh my god. 5 seconds. Just give me 5 seconds, man. Anyways, the hook of this thing. I'm breaking it, it's broken. I opened it, it's open. And it kind of repeats in a really fun and sort of cheeky way. The screechy beats, the fried cymbals, the chugging riffs, they all come together really well. The next track is Understanding, which is very, very industrial. We have a very industrial instrumental and these layered vocals. Though one thing I do not like about this track is that it is structurally kind of inconsistent. Then we have the track Perfect Teeth, which refers to people who have perfect teeth, which is actually a metaphor for people who lead perfect lives and the kind of people who would look down at other people who do not lead perfect lives, who live in a slightly abnormal way. And damn, you can really feel the hatred on this track, especially when they go, fuck you, on this track. It's so freakishly noisy, and the screams are so chaotic and uncontrolled, it's just absolutely insane. And the insanity sort of passes on to the next track, Zero Ultra, which is a fiery banger with its angular chords, these glitchy aesthetics, and these what are these tones? Where are these sonic tones? That sounds like it came out of a fighting, like a console fighting game, like a Street Fighter game, where it's like dun 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 dun. It's like getting punched in the throat constantly, and towards the end it just quiets down and all you hear are these dun 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 dun, and it sort of builds up and we have this very dramatic beat drop, which is really crazy. And the second last track is Mistake, which is this low-key keyboard track that is kind of forgettable, but it all leads up to the final track, Can't Keep It Together, which is a very catchy and accessible poppy finisher with glitching guitars. And these cowbell sound effects, usually I don't like it when rap tracks sort of fill their entire beat with cowbell sounds, just dong, 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 dong. But this track does it so intentionally, annoyingly. It's actually really hilarious, and it actually makes the track even weirder and more eccentric in a really good way. And it's just constantly spamming, but it's a lot of fun. So yes, I'm gonna leave it at that. It's a fun album. It's noisy. It goes hard. It's fiery, and it's cool. Favorite track here is let me think. Probably yeah, actually I really like the last track. I really like the last track with the spamming cowbells. Actually Zero Ultra is a banger. Zero Ultra is my favorite. My least favorite here is Ragequitted. I'm giving Black Dresses Forever in Your Heart an 8 out of 10. So, have you listened to Black Dresses Forever in Your Heart from entertainment? You read, like, and subscribe if you want more. Thanks for watching.